Hello, I'm Mr. Borowski. I'm the principal of Waunakee High School. How is virtual learning going so far? We feel like we're finally hitting a groove. We're getting comfortable with it. This is a new model for us. It's very different from what we were doing in March, and it's very different from what we usually do. It's enormous amount of work our staff have put in, our teachers and everybody in this high school, to make the environment that students are currently in a good and positive environment for them. And I'm incredibly impressed with, the students. I'm impressed with the staff. I'm happy where we're at. This is not an easy time to be a student or a teacher.
Yeah, so you guys have some good ideas. So let's take a look at this really cool recipe that's called Eggs in a Cloud.
Or, libraries always remind me that there are good things in this world. Let's write together.
Are angles that are on the same side of the transversal and on the same side of the intersected line.
Hi, my name is Michelle Knatz, and I'm a teacher here at the high school. I was asked to give you a behind the scenes of what it looks like to present a 45-minute class. My daughter is filming for me today, so that's why I don't have a mask. So when you look at Command Central, you're going to notice, first of all, that I have a lot of screens. My main point of interacting with kids is through my laptop. This is where I Zoom with the kids. However, when I'm presenting notes or a video through Zoom, you can't see the students. And so I have to have a second screen open and logged on as myself so that I can actually see if students have questions or if students need me in any way. The other thing on my desk is my phone. Students only have 45-minute classes, and we have basically a 15-minute kind of passing time to their next class. So I want to be very mindful of the fact that they have to log off of my Zoom and log on to another teacher's, so I don't want to hold them up with that. So I'm always making sure that I'm on time. The other thing on my desk is my document camera. I love my document camera. If you are a skills-based class like chemistry is, I do a lot of working out problems kind of live with the students. And so I can model for them how to do the problem. I can kind of show them where they might make mistakes. Also, what I do with my document camera is I do a lot of graphics just to kind of add to the notes. Sometimes the notes are a little dry, and so we just want to be sure that we're getting the concepts. And again, I can draw this out live. The other thing that I use my document camera for is I use a lot of graphic organizers. The kids get a lot of information in 45-minute time. So I want to be sure, again, to model for them how you can organize that information and how you can annotate and just be more engaged as a learner. The other side of my desk, this is really kind of my administrative part, I guess. I always feel like I'm either checking off a name or adding a name onto a list. Here at the high school, most teachers have over 100 students, and so in the virtual setting, it's really difficult to try to organize students, try to note what students are struggling, and so we are trying to do a good job of keeping track of that. How much time does a lesson take to create? A 45-minute lesson probably takes anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to make a 45-minute lesson. Keep in mind that because we have a shortened schedule, we've had to recreate all of our lessons to try to really pare it down to the most essential information that we want to give kids. I'm really lucky that I work with a great chemistry team, and so they can help carry that load. Most days, I feel like I've got this. A lot of action that takes place in 45 minutes, but I'm going to tell you this. The kids show up, so I show up. And at the end of my Zoom lesson, as kids are logging off and they unmute themselves to say, "Thank you, Mrs. Knatz," it makes it all worth it.
Aluminum. Remember, the buoyant force is equal to the weight of the volume of the liquid displaced. Okay?
You have to make sure you take your backdrop and replace that with green screen.
So reiterate that someone said mental health is just like physical health. If something's wrong, you should talk to someone and treat it. So just pulling that up. Okay.
My name is Deanne Lunsert. I'm one of the associate principals here at Waunakee Community High School. Currently, we're in an enhanced virtual model, which means some students come in. Some teachers, administration, case managers will bring in certain students to work. That includes students that have special needs and IEPs, our English language learners, some at-risk students who are coming in to catch up on their homework. We also have some students coming in for particular classes that are difficult to replicate in a virtual environment. That includes some tech ed classes, FACE classes, and certain lab classes that you just can't get the experience with through the computer. So the students get to come in and experience that here in an enhanced way.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Gross, and I'm in the ceramics classroom, and on Wednesdays I allow students to come in if they want to work on the pottery wheel.
Hi, my name is Miss Nadler, and I'm the social worker here at Waunakee High School, and I'm in charge of creating your advisory lessons. And we created advisory this year really because with COVID, everyone is so isolated, stuck in your own spaces. We wanted to give students and teachers a place to bond with each other and connect and build community. It's also where we address a lot of the mental health issues that have come up since COVID. Everyone is struggling on their own, and we want really a place for people to come together, to have a little fun, to do some mental health self-care tips, and really just try to recreate our Waunakee community.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And we finally kiss goodnight. How I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye.